It's been kind of boring playing Demoman. It's the same routine. You shoot red spiky balls, seeing people fall for your traps, or placing sickies until your opponent explodes. It's easy, consistent, and reliable. But even an all-crit server isn't enough to replace the feeling of a medic girlfriend. If only. If only there's a way to change the absolute DPS of the sticky bomb launcher into a fast-paced, finicky gimmick. I mean, flashy killer. But I guess Demoman is destined to be an all-gen... Wait. What's that sound? Wait! Oh shit! This is it. The fun that I've been searching for so long. In a weird, how did this happen playstyle. Instead of masterfully juggling two weapons in mind, I can play with one while assigning the second mouse button to real use, and still while shooting pipes. These three shields are the trifecta of Demoknights. The charge and charge for those bulky warriors, but most of the time it's an equip and forget it type of playstyle, the splendid screen for those dedicated to the blade, then the tide turner for the marvelous movement. These three shields alone vary how you play Demoknight, and I'll say that these shields have to make up a lot of ground due to how much firepower you're giving up. Look at this clip right here. The sticky bomb launcher essentially stopped a pub push with its insane area denial. So, how do these shields stack up? Any newbie would look at these shields and say, don't they all accomplish the same thing? Charge and crit, and the last just gives you full turning control? For those uninitiated, tell them that they're missing the bigger picture. They're looking at a fish and a bird and saying, it's just the same. They both breathe, but one with water and the other air. It's time to engage the Demoknight brain and to figure out how to make full use of each of them. For the splendid screen, its stats can be found here on the shield itself. 20% explosive damage resistance and 20% fire damage resistance. Those are just the cherry on the cake. What we would really like to look at is the 50% recharge rate. This means that you'll get into fights way faster than the tide turner or the charge and charge, so you can start gathering heads with a simple ease that may be difficult on any other shield. The 70% damage bonus can either be a blessing or a curse. A blessing for the extra DPS, but a curse for that inconsistent shield bash trajectory. What I mean by that is that heads vary the damage and how far an enemy gets pushed back, which can mean certain doom for a weapon swing. Be very cautious with how you use the shield and try to pick unsuspecting opponents so they just don't last second jump out of range. Now, charging straight at an enemy is suicide. It tends to leave you worse off than you originally intended. This means you have to get a little smart with your charges. You have to close the distance without anybody knowing or knowing when it's too late. This puts into perspective that your charges are your greatest pick tool, rather than taking over the heavy as a tank. You become less a defensive class and more a living annoyance to the poor enemy that crossed your path. With the combined strength of the Islander and your shield charge, you can take down a heavy with a charge and a swing. The shield bash deals 128 damage with 5 heads and an easy 195 to finish him off. I think the splendid screen is the classic Demoknight that you think of whenever somebody just uses that subclass. However, whether due to unfortunate luck or unfortunate timing, you can get fucked by a heavy and a pocket medic. Don't fall into fatalism, but do your best to escape. The speed of the boots can really make a life or death difference. It's best to try and pick your battles than engage in a hopeless, hapless hurdle. Now on to the charge and charge. The main way people use the charge and charge, at least the main way in pubs that is to use it as a set and forget kind of option. It already has the resistances, why even bother with the charge? And I don't really blame them. It's kinda easy to just have it on your Demoman without worrying about using two weapons, as well as saying screw you to any projectile class. It essentially tells your team, hey, I know crits would be great on a Demoman, but I'm a hybrid knight, which means I'm either godlike with pipes, or that I don't want to give a damn about stickies. It's a 50-50 with me. This kind of subclass is for those that forgo the slow reload of sticky, and those who want to push the offensive. For pyros, do we really need to say any more with these clips? However, if you're dedicated to the craft of Demoknight, and believe that making the shield nothing more than, shield is a waste of your utility, I recommend using the Persian Persuader. This weapon basically recharges your meter by picking up small, medium, or large ammo packs. Small is a quarter of the charge, medium is basically half, and full restores it entirely. If you secure a kill, you get 25% per swing, and 50% from the ammo kit, then you're already 75% of the way there. I like this combo because it awards great picks and intelligent plays. If you rush in and miss, then you're stuck charging with a slow ass meter, which can mean destruction. However, if you succeed, you can easily sweep many different enemies that you might have struggled with the splendid screen. Honestly, I only run the Persian Persuader with this shield. Any other sword would be rendered a bit moot with its slow charge. Now moving on to the Tide Turner. The Tide Turner Knight. I don't know what to say, but I thought this would be kind of a dud, or I wouldn't be able to get many kills with this. I thought mini crits weren't all that good, or the turning would not make up for the essential picks that you can get, but once you get the map you really want, you can easily dominate a pub. I was genuinely surprised with the streaks I was able to get by flying through the air. So, try Demoknight with the Tide Turner. It's really fun. I only got into it because of this video, but I think I really love this playstyle. The mini crits and a swing kills most classes, except for like Soldier, Demoman, or Heavy, but that's like a few classes. You can pick up a lot of light classes, and you could easily amass a lot of heads where you're speeding through the air and you make up distances with the speed of the Islander and immediately start crushing a lot of different people. Now, moving on to my favorite subclass of a subclass, the Hybrid Knight Tide Turner. Now the best part about the Tide Turner is the aggression. And I know, the Sticky Bomb Launcher is pretty aggressive itself. But what I mean is that they're both aggressive in two ways. The Sticky Bomb Launcher can deny areas and leave the enemy team worse for wear, but the Tide Turner, well, something coming right at you at 80 miles per hour is definitely a head spinner. You sacrifice 8 damaging stickies for what is basically movement. You move from area to area with ease depending on the map. Once you master the trim, then most of the map becomes your personal playground. And I'm gonna digress here for a bit. I keep hearing arguments from the grapevine saying, please give Demoman the gunboats, he would dominate. And to that I say, of fucking course he would dominate. The boots used to give extra speed regardless if you had a shield or not. And the Demoman was already terrifying with just the speed boots. Can you imagine the Demoman flying through the air without a grenade launcher, but almost full health with a sticky bomb launcher? That would be terrifying. Even a slightly decent Demoman would shut down servers in an instant. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. The Tide Turner is the gunboats for Demoman. Certain locations with ramps to slide off of and soar through the air with barely any damage but a 4 ammo primary. Yeah, it sounds just as good as his rocket launcher. Except you're not wasting ammo. The soldier has to fucking reload after a jump. You have a full clip when you're there. And in fact, the best part, or worst depending on which end of the stick you are, is that it has no damage fall off. An easy 100 damage pipe once you get good at it. It takes down 8 classes with no overheal, with just 2 pipes, and 1 class with 3. A good trimming Demoknight is very scary, and I will adamantly say that giving the Demoman the gunboats would be overkill. Okay, off script, but it would be so funny if they gave Demoman the gunboats, but it replaces the sticky bomb launcher. Yeah, you can create those Iron Bomber jumps that you craved for so long, better than the stock. Fucking nobody even uses the Iron Bomber the way they say is better than the stock, because it doesn't roll or something. They just land direct hits with it, which makes it functionally the same as stock. How would this be a bad fucking take? I have to stop because I'm so frustrated because this freaking grenade launcher and the Iron Bomber are so similar that it really does not feel that different. So those are the 3 shields that most Demoknights proclaim are the best. These circumstantial secondaries. I wouldn't say they rival Sticky, but they certainly spice up the playstyle that is Demoman. If you told somebody that a demolition expert turns into a medieval knight with a simple boots and shield, they would call you insane. That's the beauty of TF2. You can argue objective stats, or which one gives you more bang for your buck, or which one's more meta, but if you run in there with a quick slap from your shield and a switch of your sword, then maybe those talking heads would be finally put to good use.